You're up, man.
Hello, hello. No echo, no echo, no echo. Everything's fine, fine, fine. I'm just getting started, everybody. Good morning for those that are watching. I don't know if anybody's watching quite yet, as I just got notified we're live. If you're on here before me, you type your name in, or send them my message. Hold on, let me pause this here. Send a message that you got here before I did, and then I'll get you something. But this is the part of the show where we show the show. Just kidding. How many times can I say show? Here's the symbol for that. You're not paying attention.
Oh, I know. I'm sorry.
Part of the show where we show the show.
There you go.
All right. Thanks. Sure. Gotta warm up. What are we talking about today?
Top newsmakers.
Well, yes.
Top newsmakers. Yeah, duh. Right.
3 of the topics. Yeah, 3 of the topics.
Yeah, let me shut that down there so we got good streaming here going. Hopefully we're on Periscope here. We're going to be talking about Zillow a little bit. We're going to talk about the number one reason that holds people back from applying for a mortgage. The number one mortgage fear.
Okay.
Number one mortgage fear.
Number one mortgage fear. Okay, what else? Need 3.
We need 3, huh? Okay. We're going to talk about a judge who literally rips up Bank of America.
Ooh.
What else can we say here? CFPB on constitutional hearings are coming up. Freddie Mac, some of their trended data. Federal Reserve says consumers discouraged. I don't want to give all away.
Right, I know. A quick list of a few of our topics.
And this property that's everybody is seeing on the screen here, this is the property we featured last Friday.
Yes.
There's a picture of the horse stalls, the barn in the backyard, which is really, really nice that we didn't get a chance to see last week. But I did put up the number here, so if you want to see this property or others, there's the number to call.
Thanks. I do not have my phone today, but my phone went MIA. I didn't tell you this. My son took my phone. I don't know where it's been gone all day yesterday. But if you call that number, I do have a thing called Umail, so it gives me an email on my laptop that tells me somebody called.
Nice.
So I got that covered. Let's talk about this house. Apparently it's 3,300 square feet, and it's a 5-bedroom, 3-bath, 3-car garage on an acre with a pool and horse stalls. Walking distance to Scottsdale Road. What else do you want to know? The price, $750,000. What else? Everything is remodeled. Everything is new, as you can tell from the photos. On the MLS, I slid in a couple staging photos that we got done, but
Yeah, it looks nice. These pictures, these professional pictures, they did not get one worker in the frame.
well, are you knocking the way I do my photos? Are you saying I could learn something from the professionals?
Yeah, right.
Well, I didn't want them to not work because of me. But what they did is they had everybody leave the house. So, because it was already lined up, I showed up and just said, "I'm going to snap a few pics. Keep on doing what you do. Ain't no big deal."
Gotcha.
They had this yesterday or this weekend. They had 2020 or whatever that show is, maybe 60 Minutes, one of the two.
Yeah.
But it was all about that cop from Oklahoma that was like picking up druggy ladies at night and sexually assaulting them. So it was like, oh, it's like this interview. So I was like, oh, great, it's like a follow-up. But no, it's the same episode. So I was like, about 40 minutes into it, I was like, there's not going to be an interview. It's the same old, same old.
Wow.
But anyways, it's an interesting thing, power, what power can do.
Yeah, right. I'm trying to share this on some of the groups here, and Facebook's not allowing me to share it there.
What's it saying?
This feature is not available right now. It's like, what's the point of groups in Facebook if you can't share? I like to share. Isn't that what Facebook is all about? Sharing? Wasn't that what Facebook was originally designed for? To share your photos with friends and family?
The thing on the wall. Remember remember that old lady that's all like has all of her photos on like a literal wall?
Yeah.
These are from my vacation. I'm doing the Facebook. That's not how Facebook works. I unfriend you. She says to her friend that's there.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, let's see here.
Unfriend.
What do you mean, unfriend?
All right. Oh, good morning, everybody. This is Stephen Cotton. We are just getting ready for the show. Jayson is sharing on a few more pages. Oh, thanks. I'm here to talk to you a little bit about this property that you see here. This is obviously a ranch-style house. It's 3,300 square feet, 5-bedroom, 3-bath, totally remodeled on an acre. Horse property. Cross streets are Choya Road, close to Shea and Scottsdale Road. Too bad it wasn't near Acoma. Then you'd be near the Shane Company. You got a friend in the diamond business. It's not that far away from.
Yeah, right. They had a big.
It's not that far. Right. Yeah, it's not that far away from Shane. And if you're friends with Shane in the diamond business, you're gonna love this house. Anyways, when you get to the horse stalls, you'll see that there's horse stalls there, a swimming pool, a diving pool, all in one. And then there's a lot of living area. The house is listed currently for $750,000. Been on the market for about 40 hours, probably about 40 hours.
Nice.
So it's a new one, what we call a newbie.
Beautiful home, beautiful area, high desirable area.
Yes.
Okay.
They did some neat little touches. They put a little glass in for the pantry. I'd love to talk about what they did. I can probably get some before pictures too to show you what they did to kind of create that pantry and where it originated from, because that was not there. They took it from a laundry room that was in the master.
Oh, do you have some before and after pictures that you can share?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Welcome to the show, Jayson. I'm just talking to myself.
I'm busy sharing, man. I'm sharing.
Okay, you do you. I'll worry about that later, but maybe we can do it on a Wednesday or a Thursday or something.
Yeah, no, that'd be awesome. Show
the rehab. If you guys want to see the rehab. Today's topics are the newsmakers from last week. So we're going to get started here in about 2 minutes, or when Jayson says he's ready to roll. Yeah,
I'm just about ready to go. Hey, Thursday, a little teaser here. I'm going to talk to a gentleman today about credit. He owns a credit restoration company here locally, and hopefully we're gonna get him on as a guest on Thursday. So a little teaser there, man.
All right. What?
Yeah, it's a little teaser.
I love it. What?
Yeah, there you go. I'm all excited with these sound effects.
Yep.
You're overdoing it, Jayson. You're overdoing it.
No such thing. Not on this. Not for the morning shows.
Oh, you just went a little garbled.
Gotta get them with somebody's cup of coffee.
Yeah. All right. I think your sound is good now. Say something for me.
Thanks.
You're a little.
I've been saying stuff the whole time.
Oh man, it's a little. I know. It just went a little garbled. I don't know why.
Oh. Me.
Yeah, it's a little garbled. Oh. Hey, do me a favor. Hit refresh on your end real quick.
All right. See y'all later.
He's gonna come back. Promise. He'll come right back. Right before we're getting ready to go on air, it goes garbled. We'll get it going here in just about 30 seconds. Hopefully Stefan will get right back in here. Hopefully he didn't. If he did, we'll have to stop the stream. And there it goes. Okay, cool. So hopefully he's back. And it sounds.
Hello.
There you go. Beautiful, man. Beautiful. Just in time, too. 15 seconds left. And we'll get ready to start this thing.
I'm ready.
All right, let's go.
It looks like you have a, from the show, it looks like something's in backwards. Appear in. That's what it was.
Yeah, there's Imperial. I do that so we can read cups and stuff like that. All right, dude, let's do this. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode of 22 Minutes. I am Jason Bates, as you can see below, bringing you the lender side of things, and he is Stephen Cotton. He's going to bring us the realtor side of things. And we together...
Thanks, everybody.
There you go. Yeah. We together not only hope to entertain you, but also bring you valuable information that you can use when you're looking to buy, sell, or refinance property. So if you're looking to do any one of those three things, reach out to us. We'd love to hear from you. And you head over to our Facebook page. It's one of the places you can reach out to us, and like our page. If you're a first-time viewer to the show, thank you for joining us. We appreciate that support. This show is about real estate and everything kind of related to real estate. We break it down on a weekly basis. We do this every day from 9 a.m. To about 9:30 Arizona time. And today, Monday, is Monday Newsmakers, or top newsmakers in real estate. So that's what today is all about.
All right,
cool.
It's like you've said this stuff before.
I know, right? I know.
You got this down.
Got it down. All right, let's get to today. Before we get to the news, because we do have quite a bit to cover and quite a bit to talk about, let's do today's tweet quote of the day.
The Sky by John Wayne.
Oh, man, there it goes again.
The sky is blue, the grass is green. Get off your butt and join the Marines.
I don't know why it does that.
Well, the ghost of John Wayne.
The ghost.
Getting his,
yeah, he's haunting us, that's for sure. That's not the tweet quote of the day. That was the tweet quote of the day a couple weeks ago. I needed to delete that. I haven't done that yet, so I need to do that after the show. Remind me to do that. Today's tweet quote of the day: if there wasn't a mystery, people wouldn't have anything to ponder. If you already knew everything, you wouldn't have anything to think about, and life would just be really boring. Emma Roberts. So I thought that was appropriate because today is kind of a top newsmaker, getting you informed about what's going on out there, what's happening in the real estate world. So that's where that tweet came from.
I like it.
So there you go. All right, deep thoughts, deep tweets, as Stefan would like to call them, right?
Deep tweets.
Deep
Oh,
tweets.
yeah.
We're tweeting deep.
Right.
Okay, so let's get into today's top newsmakers, shall we?
Yep.
This one here, I don't know if this doesn't really matter here a little bit, but lenders say their LOS is their loan origination system, isn't cutting it. You know, not a big deal. It's kind of on our side here, but there is some deficiencies within lenders about their LOS system and how to keep up with current events and current.
So the LOS system in general, like not per company?
Loan origination system. So it's kind of like, I thought of this one because it's kind of like the, what's the airport control tower, whatever. What is
Tower?
It? Yeah, control tower, whatever.
Right,
they're using technology from the 70s, yet trying to manage all these planes coming in and out, and it's just old technology. Okay. Same thing with the LOS systems. Anytime we've had Dodd-Frank or any kind of update that's needed, it's taken a long time to implement those updates, therefore delaying Dodd-Frank. That's why we're still seeing rollouts to Dodd-Frank in a lot of reasons. Households hearing on CFPB unconstitutional. It's one of the headlines here. House Oversight and Investigation Subcommittee Chair Ann Wagner held a hearing to examine how to structure the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, or what is it called, Stefan?
Canadian Football Peanut Butter.
There you go.
CFPB. Yeah.
Violates the Constitution. Those called to testify royally bashed the CFPB. So anybody that testified just beat up the CFPB. No matter what the courts ultimately do on these issues, Congress itself ought to reform the CFPB in order to restore constitutional accountability to its unprecedented unconstitutional agency, testified Adam White of the Hoover Institution.
So people aren't happy with them. I don't know anybody that has been happy with them.
Yeah, nobody.
Has anybody said, thank goodness?
Yeah, no. Nobody said, hey, that's a good thing. Although the consumer who doesn't understand kind of the complexity of the CFPB and the oversight that they have, I think from a consumer, just an average Joe walking, it sounds like a great idea. Let's do it. You know.
Yeah. Who's watching the watchers? That kind of thing. Yeah.
Exactly. Next headline here: Are Zillow mortgage referral tactics questionable? So this is an interesting point here. So this, and I'll read the paragraph here. It says, according to Rob Chrisman, a veteran branch owner, wrote, this is a mortgage branch. Okay. Rob Chrisman, we are almost exclusively a purchase shop, receiving almost all of our referrals from hundreds of realtors. Realtors send us referrals for no other reason than our excellent service. We have great relationships with our realtors until Zillow's very aggressive salespeople get in touch with them and tell them that they can and should pay for their Zillow leads, that we should pay for their Zillow leads, and that we won't, and if they don't, they should find another lender. We are then faced with a choice of paying for co-marketing or losing the realtor relationship. Another LO wrote, it basically confirmed that real estate agents can have many mortgage lenders paying for their entire Zillow site. Meaning, if 5 lenders pay 20% of the total cost, the realtor basically gets it for free. There are already those who are questioning legality of Zillow's referral under RESPA. So Zillow's sales tactics and some of these things about lenders and I'm all for sharing in certain things, but from a lender's perspective, this is where the hesitation comes from. A lot of lenders. It's like, well, how do I know? There's got to be a lot of trust.
Well, the guy says, 100% of his business, or almost 100% of his business, is coming straight from the realtors. Well, the realtors, and that what I'm hearing is it's fine and dandy that's how my business is done until the realtors say, hey, you want to help me with my branding and my cost? Oh no, I can't do that. Well, then I'm going to go to another lender that will. So we'll talk about the rest of the stuff in a second. But as a lender, if I give you 10, 15, 20 leads a month, that's great. I'm paying for them maybe online. You get these leads, we close some deals. Then I say, hey, can you help me out with these? You could say, no, that's not part of our business. We'll use the other realtors that aren't asking yet. Well, then, it's getting their ear. Hey, so from the Zillow side, why aren't you, not leveraging, but why aren't you splitting some of these costs with your preferred lender?
Mm-hmm.
If I pay for some, you pay for some. Now, as far as the RESPA goes, feeding somebody a lender that isn't probably savvy or good or something. Mm-hmm. If you don't believe in their product, then you shouldn't be pushing their product, right?
Yeah. It's a partnership. There's no question. It's a partnership. There's a lot of joint ventures out there that have been deemed as unconstitutional. I don't know if this isn't that much different than that kind of thing, but there's some merit on both sides. I see both sides of the deal. The problem is there's some realtors out there who just want the handout. I call it I'm not going to name the company, but I call it the handshake, the palms up kind of thing. Show me the money kind of thing. I'll do business with you if you show me the money. And I think some consumers can pick up on that a little bit. I've had consumers approach me and say, well, why are they pushing this lender so hard? Are they getting kickbacks or something on this deal? So, it can be a slippery slope. And when you have RESPA violate, this is the hesitation for lenders. It's a real hesitation for lenders. The last thing we need is some kind of RESPA violation.
Well, we go to lenders we trust. My question to you on the realtors or on the lender side, do you guys do any marketing on that side? Like truly a Zillow realtor? I mean, is that even an option? Or does it
we do Yelp.
Does it have to be married up with? Okay. So Yelp. Yeah. But the other ones like the Zillow and stuff, you have to be kind of married up with the realtor, right? You can't just say, I want the zip code.
Yeah, you can't.
So, right. So the only way you can get access to that preferred lender status, even be one of the pictures that they click on, maybe. I don't know what that looks like as the end user. But if you were to get leads and you can give them out to anybody, you give them out to the realtor you trust it, not.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
I give them to the realtor I trust. And the relationship with the realtor. Okay, next one here. Cost to originate a mortgage is surging. 10 years ago, it cost about $4,000 to originate a loan. Today, it costs nearly $8,000, according to this article.
10 years ago, it was $4,000. Now it's $8,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like the same price, like candy bars. Candy bars have gone up about the same kind of price.
Yeah.
I've been watching it for the last 10 years. Where's the?
Yeah, I'm doing the discovery thing. Yeah, maybe. All right. There you go. There's your joke.
All right.
Timing.
Sorry.
I had to turn on my
Mondays.
phone. I had to turn on my phone.
Yep. Best part, comedy is all about timing.
It is.
So-
It is timing. That's all about timing. That's 90% of it. Wages have not increased that much over the same period. The only rational explanation is legalization and regulation. We have Dodd-Frank, SAFE, CFPB, et cetera. The only culprit is likely legal fees for the increase in costs, which is true. Legal fees are ridiculous for us. A lot of attorneys have made a lot of money on the mortgage business.
I saw a class action commercial yesterday.
Yeah.
Did you lose your hair during chemo?
Is that a joke?
This lender. No. It's the lawyer trying to grab a bunch of people that lost their hair during chemo. They didn't want to lose their hair for a class action suit against the companies that's trying to save them from cancer.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Right. Oh yeah.
That's lawyer fees. Yeah. Hey, did you lose your hair from chemo? Did you not want to lose your hair from chemo? Guess what? We're gathering a bunch of people just like you.
Yeah, exactly. The obvious kind of thing, right? Freddie Mac to use trended data. Freddie Mac currently isn't doing that. Fannie Mae is starting to do that. In its March release, the Federal Housing and Finance Agency revealed that Freddie Mac will start using trended data later this year. Trended data is that credit that gives you a trend of whether or not you pay the debt off monthly or not, rather than just the current balance. So it gives you a more favorable credit score based on that trend. Some people pay out their credit cards monthly, kind of thing.
Some people, I put it this way: like you have a 620 credit score. Mm-hmm. Is it trending upwards, where you're like a 600 2 months ago, or is it trending downwards, where you're like a 660? Right?
Well, I guess to answer your question, if you pay the minimum monthly payment, that isn't as favorable when you're maxed out on a credit card as if somebody who pays that card off every single month and carries essentially a zero balance. But at the time I pulled their credit, they just happen to have a balance on there. But the trend would show that, hey, they just paid it off last week, or they're going to pay it off next week. And so they'll give them a more favorable credit score as a result of that. Here's my question to this, and why I highlighted it. If Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae are going to be doing the same thing, then aren't they the same? I mean, why do we have two different entities? That's been a question for quite some time. But I'm seeing Freddie Mac here as of recent starting to adopt more Fannie Mae underwriting criteria and guideline. And so I'm wondering if this is a move to consolidate those two into one.
Wasn't the HAFTA, the whole refinance, that was a Freddie Mac thing, right? Where you had to be sold
HARP?
on the Freddie Mac and not Fannie Mae. Yeah, maybe HARP. Is it HARP Freddie Mac?
Well, they're both. Either one of them qualify.
Oh,
yeah.
There's one of them that had to be Freddie Mac, and I can't remember what it was. It was about 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah. Well, now that when I go to their website and stuff, you can see whether or not your house is owned by Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac under the HARP program. So, Federal Reserve says consumers are discouraged. Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve Bank of New York just released a study that claims more consumers are discouraged about applying for credit. Yeah, right. And we're going to talk more about this. We're going to elaborate this in just a minute. Involuntary account closures also rose to the highest level since this series of studies began in 2015. So it's not a very old study. These are particularly strange findings since the latest report on consumer confidence reached the highest levels in recent years. So we're seeing consumer confidence go up, but still people are a little discouraged. What appears to be the case is that the consumer that consumers lower on the economic scale are doing worse, while most consumers are pleased with the current economics. So it's a little conflicting, I guess.
They have confidence in the system, but they're just discouraged on how long it takes or what they have to do to get it done.
Yeah,
I believe the system will work. I'm just not happy of the way the system is.
Right. Here's we talk.
Before you go, compared to like diet and exercise. I believe that if I watched my diet and I exercised, I would get results that I find beneficial.
Right.
Although I don't want to work that hard. Right. It's the same thing.
It's a lot of hard work. It is a lot of hard work,
right.
Especially as you get older. Alternative credit scores may not help. Alternative credit scores may not help. We talked about this last week. Freddie Mac announced, no need for a credit score kind of thing.
Right.
I'll summarize it here. It says, however, it seems that most potential borrowers with no score don't have credit that would qualify for alternative scoring. So alternative scoring, I don't necessarily agree with this article because most people pay rent. I mean, there's a few, and a lot of underwriters would argue if you're living at home and you have no credit whatsoever, do you really deserve to buy a house?
Right.
So there is a small percentage of the population that probably just shouldn't buy a house right now. Go out there and establish some credit, get some things under your belt, show that you're responsible on credit, and then buy a house, right? So it's a small percentage of people. That's why I don't necessarily agree with this. People who are paying rent or paying their cell phone or paying a doctor's bill, electric, whatever, that does not show up on credit report, hey, that's alternative credit. That's what they're referring to, those creditors that do not report to credit bureaus. And as a result, we can put those on your credit report so that you can get a score. So that's the use of alternative credit there. What else here? Lender confidence. Let's talk about lender confidence. We only got a few minutes here. Lender confidence soars. Mortgage lenders overwhelmingly believe the economy is on the right track. I believe that. I think we're on the right track here. Fannie Mae's mortgage lending sentiment survey recorded the highest lender sentiment since 2014 when the survey was started. Again, not a very old survey. I don't know why these surveys aren't very old. That doesn't mean they expect...
News.
Huh?
Well, if they did a survey from 4 years ago, then it'd be outdated. So I think the survey that's most relevant is the one that's most current.
Yeah, right. That doesn't mean they expect runaway business. While the rest of the economy is expected to boom, mortgage profits and volume are expected to be slightly worse than last year. Talking about those higher costs, right? Freddie Mac says higher rates will possibly slow home purchases, but they also expect a good housing market. Adams National Affordability Index says consumers will spend 33.6% of their income to buy a medium-priced home. That's still the highest percentage since Q4 2008, but it's still below historic average of 34.6. So, not
so
quite
the historic
where we were.
average or the historic high? Because is that average 34.6 is like throughout life?
It says the historic average of 34.6. Yeah. It does say here, Jane, we can attest to this, at least here in Phoenix. I guess they are out there, but you got to have an open mind. The days of home super bargains appears to be ending.
Right.
Yeah.
Find me a deal.
Find me a deal. Everybody wants a deal right now. And with low inventory that we talked about, not as many
deals. I tell people when they say they want a deal.
What?
I tell them, get a time machine, clock it back about 4 years ago, and then call me up.
Yeah. Put me in there with you.
I was in business 4 years ago, too. Easy to find you a deal then.
Yeah. Right.
Right.
Deals are hard to come by. There's no question about it.
There's still a few, but yeah, it's a little tricky.
So here's one I want to just touch base on real quick, and then I want to get into the real story of the week here. Judge rips Bank of America over consumer treatment, alleging Watergate-style cover-up. So a California judge has fined Bank of America $46 million for its heartless and cruel treatment. Heartless in quotes and cruel in quotes treatment of a couple as they struggle to prevent losing their home to foreclosure. This is what's crazy about this story here. This started back in 2009. So we're in 2017. The judge just finally ruled on it. I mean, think about that for a minute. That's a crazy amount of time. That's ridiculous. On this. I kind of agree with the judge here in a lot of ways about Bank of America and some of the tactics that some of these big banks have used for foreclosure. They wouldn't approve. The article goes on to they would not approve some of the modifications. I think there were over 20 different modifications during that period of time. And during these modifications, if you've gone through that process, they're asking for an arm and a leg. Give me your latest pay stub. Give me this. Give me that. Don't make your payment. Do this. Do that. Meet us here. Go here. Show us your bank statement. But I mean, it's crazy what these banks put people through. And the judge agreed. The judge absolutely agreed. The fine.
So it was $46 million for that one family.
for that one family. The fine includes about $6 million in damages to the Sundquist, that's the name of the couple, whose home was looted during the period, and it was vacant after a family moved into a rental, according to the order. Klein's order also includes passages. This is what's crazy here. Passages, and this is what we don't really put a lot of emphasis on. Passages from Renee's journal, this is the wife, which describes her having suicidal thoughts and her husband attempting suicide during the ordeal. So this is a lot of stress that people go through that I don't think a lot of people, banks in particular, think about. I mean, this is the American dream we're talking. This is a big deal to people. This is their house. Nobody wants to live under a bridge, for crying out loud. And to put these people through 7 years or whatever it is, almost 9 years, 8 years of torment is just ridiculous. It's absolutely insanity. So good for this judge for recognizing that and slamming Bank of America and bringing that to the forefront.
It'd be nice if that set a precedent, and then everybody that tried like more than 10 times to get modified.
It's crazy, man. Come on. And the modifications weren't reasonable for affordability. They were just little small fixes. Like I know my sister went through a modification, and it saved her like, I think it was like $25 or something like. It's like, what's the point? $25 really? Come on. Now in the bank's eyes, they're like, well, we're saving you money. We're saving it, but $25, come on, that doesn't really do anything. Okay, so last story here. We've only got about a minute left. The number one, see if you can guess this here. The number one mortgage fear. What is the number one mortgage fear? I guess for consumer.
I would say no loan.
No loan. So
you're not getting approved.
The fear of not getting approved. Okay, you're absolutely correct. Ding, 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 ding. The fear of having your mortgage application rejected. That is the number one fear of consumers. Yay. I wish there's some applause. I'll give you some applause. Excuse me. Pardon me about that. The fear would be homeowners was that wouldn't be able to get a mortgage. It was cited that by 54% of overall respondents and 56% of those who were looking to buy their first home, the fear is dangerous because it can keep otherwise qualified borrowers from even attempting or trying to get pre-qualified for a mortgage. Right. Just that fear itself. I don't want to be turned down. I will tell you, though.
What's the worst that could happen? I would say, what's the worst that could happen?
Well, here's the thing, though. I think that this is because the study goes on to say here, it's true that lenders became more demanding after the financial crisis. That's true, right? But most applicants was still approved. In fact, according to a recent NerdWallet, I eat nerds, report, 89% of the mortgage applicants had their application approved for a home loan. So 89% of the people who actually applied got approved. So a very small percentage of those did not get approved. But that fear of not getting approved can hold some people back from attempting to get approved. This is why we say on the show, you have to have a team that's going to help you. This is, right. I think a lot of cases, and Stefan, you may be able to attest this. I know that I can. I talk to clients all the time. They go to the bank. They go to try to get approved. They say they're not approved. They don't get a reason why they're not approved, and so they're left with no direction.
Right.
What do I do? I just need some advice. If I'm not approved today, how can I get approved? That's where we come into play, because I can give you direction, specific instructions on how and what you need to do in order to get approved if you're not approved today. But I will tell you that 90% of the people I look at, I approve as well, or at least give some kind of alternative.
What do you think? And the other thing is, like the big banks, I just put a comment on our thing kind of to summarize what we just said. But the big banks, we sell to them most of the time anyway, like in the secondary market. So like you approve the loan, then it goes to like Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac, then all of a sudden, hey, your servicer is now so-and-so, unless you guys continue to service the loans. I've seen other lenders where it goes to like US, like our loan is a US bank right now because we're a VA loan. So if you don't get approved through US bank, it doesn't mean that they're not going to approve you once you do 2 payments. Okay, now you're approved.
Yeah, it is a little bit strange, isn't it? Yeah, they turn you down. You go to somebody else, they approve you, and then U.S. Bank ends up servicing the loan. You're like, what the heck? What gives there?
Same with like Wells and B of A and those guys. But.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's part of the servicing and part of the secondary kind of thing, but it is a bit strange. It doesn't make a lot of sense in a lot of cases. But that's kind of how the system is set up. It's rigged. It's rigged. It's just not fair.
You gotta be able to hear no and be okay with trying it again.
I've talked to some people who have heard no several different times, and then they hear yes. They didn't give up, and that's what I would encourage. Folks who may be discouraged right now, don't give up. Don't give up. You just got to talk to the right person with the right experience who can give you that direction as to what you need to do. And that would hopefully be me.
That's right. We can't help you.
Yeah, I can't help you if you don't
call us today.
Call us or reach out to us. Absolutely. That's what we're here for. We're here to help. We're here to help. Second thing, and I'll just leave it with this, fear of ending up with an overwhelming monthly payment. That's the second fear.
Right.
A lot of people fear, especially with the rates going up right now. I think that's holding some people back. Well,
then your purchase power goes down. But here's my thing too. Let's say you get a loan, and it's $1,300. Let's say it's $1,300 today, and we should be done after this. But it's a $1,300 loan. All of a sudden, next year it's $1,350.
Right.
And the next year it's $1,400. Well, do you know what that means? It means your taxes have gone up because everything else is the same. It's not like a variable rate.
Right.
It means the value, taxes go up. That means your house is worth more. That means you've made money. You made $50K or $60K or something on this property.
Right.
So, $1,400 for $60K more in equity. That's good.
Yeah. No, it's good. It's good. I wouldn't. Don't be discouraged. You're gonna hear. There's gonna be bumps. If nothing else from the show, we've shown that there are gonna be hurdles that you're gonna have to cross. It's about the team. You got to put the right team together. Right? I don't want to sidetrack here, but give kind of a parody here. New England Patriots, or I guess, what is it? Adrian Peterson's going to go talk to Bill Belichick this week or something like that.
Morning. Yeah, right? He's there right now.
They're trying to put together a team, right? A great team. And that's what it takes. It takes that to win championships. So we want to be your team of choice. So with that, we'll end it. Please reach out to us. Again, if you're a first-time watcher or listener, hey, thanks for tuning into the show. Please tell your friends and family if you're not looking to purchase, buy, or sell, refinance property. Purchase, sell, refinance property.
Yep, you got it. Hit them up.
A little tongue twister there. We want to be your team of choice, so please reach out to us. We'd love to hear from you. With that, again, we do this Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Arizona time. Tomorrow is Trending Tuesday, so please join us for our live episode right here on the Facebook channel at 22 Mins. And until then, everyone have a great day. And we'll see you tomorrow.
Sounds good.
All right. Take care, everyone.
Thanks.